We might actually go to Camping World today. I know some of you are saying, no, don't do it. Stay away from Camping World, right? Uh, they might actually have a part for the refrigerator. It's a long shot. That control board, it actually takes a universal board that it's not an exact replacement. I think physically it's the same size, but it's an updated board, and since it's universal, it fits a number of models, and places will tend to carry something like that. And believe it or not, that's one item, after looking online and seeing some other like reviews and comments and some of them forums and YouTube videos, that might be one thing. The Camping World is actually more reasonably priced than some of the online suppliers. So it's a long shot, could be cheaper, they might have it, but I gotta check one. There's one thing I gotta check first. Might give that old board one more chance, just a minute, and we're gonna try to stay dry today and unstuck. Jeez. What? Ready. Jesus, we're getting in the van. And look, we got a small lake. We got a small lake going on here. And I'm feeling a lot better about having these new tires on here. I don't think we're gonna get stuck as easy. Go on, girl. So maybe we'll have some luck with the fridge. Maybe we can stay dry, and maybe we can not get stuck. If we do all that, it'll be a good day. All right, here's the trick. Remember this board I took out of the refrigerator? And it's an old trick. It's a it's a trick I'd kind of forgotten about, or maybe I just been so busy. My brain didn't have a chance to get that far yet, because I did want to just give this board one more chance. But a comment in the last video reminded me, like, oh yeah, dummy, it's a trick I used to do with PCI boards and desktop computers, is take a pencil eraser and clean, and just give it a chance. Just clean these where the plug goes on, or that drag it across, back and forth across those contacts where the plug plugs onto it, because that goes back to that one lesson. If you've been watched recent videos, of the old lesson I learned back in Votech, was 90% of all electrical problems are loose or dirty connections. So this might be a case of just over the years that's gotten kind of dirty, and maybe it's lost connection. Doesn't cost anything to do, it's free. So I'm gonna give that a quick try and just plug it all back in a little bit and turn it on. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. Actually, I think this pencil eraser is so old that it's gotten hard. Maybe it's just the surface out. Let's grind some of that surface off. Maybe we'll get down to some fresher new stuff. There's only four, I think there's only 4 wires on that plug. And one, yeah, there's 4 contacts on here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that eraser feels like it's actually doing a little something now. Dragging any old dirt or some kind of film or any buildup or whatever. So let's see what happens. You're not gonna believe what happened. I plugged the board, I cleaned the ends, the contacts, and the board in. Then I went inside the refrigerator and I turned it on gas mode, and the little red light came on the little dashboard there that says check. Now that little red light just came on for a moment and then it went out. That's only that didn't come on before. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh, we might have something here. So I come out here and check this out. All right, so here, hang on, there's the board. I got the spark plug thing, the igniter wire back on. That little black wire that goes up to the, I guess a little, whatever it's called, thingy-me-jig. And then here's the plug that goes on those contacts that I had just cleaned. Now, actually I have to wiggle it. I'm gonna have to get in there and clean the plug. I cleaned that part of it where it goes on to. I don't have any good electrical cleaner. I blew it out as best I could, but I might have to gently just give each one just a gentle tiny bend, just to put a little bit more tension on it, holding power when it's on there, and get some electrical spray, contact cleaner, and then but watch what happens when I'll plug that in. I might have to wiggle it and mess around a little bit, but let's see here. We might have life here. We're onto something, I think. Come on. Come on. Oops. Let's just do it the right way. Bear with me. Come on. Wait, I had it a minute ago. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Look at that. Well, that was even better that time. The igniter only clicked once and it lit. And it looks like there's only partial flame. No. Actually, that looks like a healthy blue flame. Wow. It works. How much money did it cost me to fix this? Nothing. The initial 12-volt connection needed repaired, so I used a little piece of heat shrink tubing and a connector, and cleaned some things up, and now it looks like it's going to work on gas mode. How awesome is that? See if I let go of that plug. Yeah, it needs a... Yeah. So I just got to fix that connection a little bit better and we'll be okay. Alright, there. I was able to let go of it. I don't know if that's enough flame. If it needs to flame up and flame down, I'll have to observe the as it needs cooled, or like a thermostat works. It comes on for a while, then off. I'll have to observe the operation of this now and just see what happens. Probably wait long enough to, but just doesn't look like a big enough burner, you know, to make a bit, you know, to flame up much more than it is. Maybe that's all it needs, and it'll cool down, and then when it gets down to temperature, it could shut off completely and then just reignite as it needs to. For right now, I'm going to put off that little trip out the camping world and other research avenues I've been investigating. I think I'm just going to put off buying a new board. I think we're going to be okay here. How dumb luck is that? And there again, there's one more instance of my old auto mechanics teacher. That lesson he taught me it just proves true and true so many times. 90% of all electrical problems are loose or dirty connections, not the component itself. Mr. Franklin was a smart fella. At this point, I'm very confident it's fixed. It's just done. It's fixed. It's going to work perfectly. I think there's nothing left to do but to turn it on. I've put everything outside back together, and if everything works right, when I turn this on, that little check light should just flash for a second and go back out. All right, and I heard it light. Let's go out and check it out. So the control thing is all back in. Everything's all hooked back up. It's all screwed in. And what happened was that little pigtail, that pigtail, the connector's in it. Even after both pieces were, the board was cleaned and the connector was, well, cleaned as best I could, really. There's no way really getting in and cleaning it. I sprayed some stuff in it, but each contact on the plug part needed pried out just a tiny bit. It just wasn't making it's like that pigtail gotten tired, and there was no tension on the things that they push in, and whenever you plug it in, it squeezes them back out, and there's a little bit of tension on them. It's like they lost that, like they got lazy. So I just pried each of them out gently a little bit, and now it gets good connection again. And I don't know if you're able to see this or not here. We got a little access window here. And it's going to be hard to see in there. You can only see a little bit of it, baby. Let's see. Where I'm only seeing that little bit, but there's a section up there that, oh no, that's just a shiny thing there. Where is it? Oh, it's just a light blue flame in it. There we go. There it is. A nice blue flame. There we go. That's a little better, huh? So we'll close that back up. That's just the access window. It gets enough air, oxygen in around this box. The whole bottom's open. And there's a big window here. It gets enough. Oxygen. That's it. I'm gonna call it fixed. What I'll do is I'll grab that thermometer thing again. I'll put it up I'll just put it in the refrigerator. Well, if one cools the other. I know the freezer, when we had it running on electric, it froze a bottle of water good and solid, and the refrigerator was cool in the low 40-degree Fahrenheit range. So, but now that's been off for a couple of days, so it's all back up to, you know, ambient temperature. And so we'll see if it comes back down now on gas, but I'm gonna call it fixed. I'm that confident. I like in the RV place that I bought it from said it needed a new refrigerator, and it has literally cost me one connector, it's a couple pennies, right, and some heat shrink tubing. Maybe I used 2 connectors, still pennies. 2 little pieces of heat shrink tubing and some love. That's all that's cost me to fix that refrigerator. We'll see. We'll see. I'm saying it's gonna be good. And for those of you new to the channel, or others that didn't catch that video, when I bought this, probably not even 2 months ago, it was in that RV place, storage place at a campground, an RV repair center, and they told the lady that I bought it from, they told her that the appliances are shot. They're 35 years old, and I just don't think they weren't bothered with a rig this old, because there were a lot of other customers and other rigs, other rigs there that needed attention to get ready for the season, and I think they just looked at this and said, you know what, it probably needs new appliances. And she was faced with a really big bill of putting a new hot water tank in, and a new refrigerator. She's faced with putting a lot of money into this, and she decided just to get out, just to sell it. Well, it turns out they both work. Hot water tank works, and it needed even less love. Okay, it needed none. And the refrigerator a little bit of patience, a little bit of diagnosing. So they actually quoted her between the two about $5,000 for new appliances and the labor to install them. The hot water tank has seen better days. It probably should be replaced for safety's sake. I mean, it's I don't know, but it works. It doesn't leak. It heats water. I'm gonna take a closer look at that, but for now it works. And the refrigerator, yeah, $800 for the hot water tank and to install it, and the rest of that was in refrigerator and labor to install that. It went about $5,000, I told her. I have them both working for nothing. A couple pennies. And love. Yeah, I said that. All right, I'm gonna put this in there for a while, and we'll check on this here. Maybe probably in the next video.